very privileged to be here today to speak with you, to share my experience of being an American. I became a genealogist early in my youth and started reading some of the journals and stories of my family that traveled great distances to come to America. My father's grandparents abandoned everything that they owned. They had lived on the farmlands in Denmark for 400 years. They came with one suitcase by boat. They came here for religious freedom. My mother's side were descendants from Governor Radford from the Mayflower and lived among the early explorers of America, a place they came to for freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the ideals of democracy. I am the regent of the Wasatch Range, Daughters of the American Revolution, and I'm proud of my many patriot ancestors who laid the path before me and fought in battle for the freedoms which we enjoy here in America. Not too long ago, I gave away most of my belongings. I lived in Monterey, California. I was working for the Naval Postgraduate School, and I was recruited by USCIS in Washington, D.C. headquarters to work on a special project. This project was to help the immigration system improve the process. It had been for a long time a manual process with papers, lots of paperwork. And what we did is we worked with engineers and we developed an online system. You may be familiar with the forms N400 or N600. Those are the ones that I specifically worked on. Twice a week I trained about 400 people in each session, people across America that worked at the different immigration centers. I taught the people how to use these new programs and the new forms to make you citizens faster. I remember the day vividly when I traveled to Missouri to tour the headquarters where many of the immigration files were archived. This building was the size of a city block. They put me in a golf cart and they rolled me through the aisles, and I could see, as far as my eye can see, rows and rows and files of people's files that were rubber band, old files, archive files. Each of these people had a heritage, each of them had a name, each of them had a story, and each of them had become a citizen of the United States of America. Each of them, I helped speed up this process with the new system that we made for immigration. So no longer were we using these old archaic methods with the rubber band around these old files. It helped speed up the process for people like you to become citizens faster. I was overwhelmed with what I beheld when I saw the masses of paperwork, and I knew that I wanted to make a difference in America and a difference for people like you. I helped train the field directorates in these immigration centers to use the new computer dashboard system. This dashboard system would show in live time where your application was, where it was pending, who touched it, what was happening with it, to make sure that no citizen was left behind and that your application was processed in a timely manner. I never thought my efforts, my employment, would be like pebbles thrown into a still lake, whereby ripples would spread out and touch many lives. I stand here today to witness before me those of you that have benefited from some of the work that I've done and for my country, and I feel very proud of that. I know the cost and sacrifice that you all went through was immense to be here today. I believe in the promise that anything is possible in America, as opportunity bounds no matter your circumstance, race, or place of origin. Being an American means to be free and have equal opportunity, to have the ability to do what you want, how you want, and when you want. The amendments are what give us these freedoms, like the freedom of speech and the freedom of religion. As a nation of immigrants, being American means to understand and learn from one another. It also means to welcome, care for, and alleviate the sufferings of the people around us. Being American means respect, protection, and safety for all. No matter what language you speak, what religion you practice, what culture you hold on to, each of you can contribute your rich heritage and your unique culture to our American society. My very good childhood friend, a descendant of Mexico, I called yesterday. He's a deputy director of the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. He works specifically in immigration law. He helps protection of individuals, families, and children who cross the borders. I asked him yesterday, what was the most important thing to him about being an American? and he recited to me the famous saying of President John F. Kennedy, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." As a new citizen, you can participate in civic activities such as voting. Voting gives you a say on important issues that affect you, from roads and recycling to education, housing, taxes, and employment. It also gives you the choice to vote for your local and national representatives. If you don't vote, others will vote for you, and you've lost your voice. Let your voice be heard, because so many people have given their lives for the freedoms and privileges that you as a new citizen will now enjoy. Never forget the sacrifice that you made to choose to become a citizen today. Carry with you always the heritage, the knowledge, and talent you bring from your home country. Pass these on to future generations, your children, your family, and share them with your fellow Americans in your community. You can also learn new things through amazing job prospects and educational opportunities here in America, which many of you have already partaken of. Make our country a better place with what you can contribute to our country. Just like the pebble that is thrown into the lake, you too can cause a ripple effect throughout your family and your community for future generations to prosper. We thank you for becoming a citizen of America, and we welcome you. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to move forward with what is known as the Call of Countries. Now, to give a little background of what this is, with us today, just in this one room, in this one ceremony, we will have a total of 38 new citizens from 23 different countries. Every time. There you go. I have read numbers like these many times. I don't know how many ceremonies I've been to. And every single time when I list those numbers, there is always a reaction. Sometimes it's applause like that. Sometimes it's just a very low, wow. But every time, it catches people off guard when they realize what's happening. Now, I've read these numbers and I've done I don't know how many ceremonies, so it doesn't surprise me anymore. But it never ceases to amaze me when I witness your diversity and your strength. And it is such a wonderful thing to witness your incredible cultures and to listen to the beautiful languages that you speak. We want to recognize each of you and where you're joining us from. So I will go through a list, and when you hear what will soon be your former country of citizenship, please stand for a few moments so we can take the time to recognize you. Let me remind you that I'm the one who checked you in, so I know you're here, so you're not getting out of it. Please stand just for a moment when I list your country. To begin, Argentina. Australia. The Bahamas. Belgium. Brazil. Burma. Chile. China. El Salvador. Eritrea. France. Guatemala. Honduras. Iraq. Peru. Russia. Rwanda. Taiwan. Venezuela. Vietnam. It truly is an honor for us to be a part of this wonderful day with you. As I say many, many times, days like today are the best part of the job that I get to do. And very, very briefly, quiero decir a los que me pueden entender ahorita que realmente es nuestro honor ser parte de esta obra junto con ustedes. Y realmente siento que ustedes son nuestros hermanos y hermanas. Quiero decirles otra vez, bienvenidos y felicidades. So we will now move forward and do what you have worked so long and hard for. So at this time, Your Honor, it is my privilege to present to the court these 38 applicants for naturalization from 23 countries. Each applicant has been examined by an officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, and each applicant has been found eligible for naturalization. USCIS now comes before the court to move that all candidates be naturalized.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to say that motion is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Raise your right hands. Repeat after me. I hereby declare
I hereby declare
on oath
an oath
that I absolutely and entirely
that I absolutely and entirely
renounce and abjure
renounce and abjure
all allegiance and fidelity
all allegiance and fidelity
to any foreign prince,
to any foreign prince,
potentate, state or sovereignty,
state of sovereignty,
of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
on behalf of the United States,
when required by the law, that I will perform
that I will perform
non-combatant service
non-combatant service
in the armed forces of the United States
in the armed forces of the United States,
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
that I will perform work of national importance
of national importance,
under civilian direction
under civilian direction,
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, everybody.
On unstained by human tears. America, America, may God thy gain. God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Try to do this without crying. So my name is Helaman. I'm originally from Guatemala. Okay. So I came when I was 6 months old. So all my life I thought I was a citizen until I wasn't, and so it was kind of a crazy process understanding what that all meant. But I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I have my dad here and my wife, and I'm grateful for the opportunities this country has given me. And I know this is a big moment for all of us, and I just know that there's so much that we can contribute and do in this country. And I'm just grateful to be among you, and I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful for just this opportunity. I know it's a big blessing for us, so thank you.
Everybody. So my name is Roberto. I'm from Guatemala too. The only difference, I moved when I was 17. You know, life. Wow, that's hard. All right. First of all, I want to thank my wife. She's right there crying for me. And I have a lover and my older daughter, Jade. And I have my family who flew from Guatemala just to see this. And this is awesome. That was really hard to get the visas there. It was awesome. So I just want to say thank you to my wife. That I love her. Me and my kids too. Guess what? I'm proud to be American now. Thank you.
She was looking at me from. Well, my name is Alex Alejandro, and thanks for choosing me. I was just a little bit afraid to raise my hand because I cried too much. First of all, it's been a long journey for me, for my family, for my wife. 25, 30 years, I cannot remember. It was sometimes a nightmare. Sometimes we thought it will never happen. For my kids, for my whole family. Now we're here, and I'm thankful for this country. I'm happy to say that I am an American, that this is my country now. And believe me, this means a lot. Now I have a future. Now I see opportunities galore, a lot of opportunities. And I want to share those with a lot of people. Thank you, America. God bless America.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm from Chile. I thank my husband and also my aunt to bring me here. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have met my husband either. I came here when I was 19, just to study, and now I'm here, and I'm a citizen now. So, thank you.
My name is Natalie, and I'm French. And I have no words today to describe my feelings and just say I'm proud to be here and so blessed and honored. And I promise to serve my country And I just want to share this video and pictures with my kids are still in France. My grandkids, I want them to be proud of their mother and to show them that nothing is impossible when we fight and we stand for ourselves. And life is a big fight, but at the end, you have this blessing to reach your goals. And I'm proud to share that with my husband today and our best friend. And God bless America. Thank you, everybody.
My name is Arlen. I moved here from Argentina when I was 2. I want to thank my mom who's out there with my baby right now. They brought us here for a better life, and I was able to meet my husband Tanner, who gave me the wonderful opportunity of getting a green card, and then my mother also helped me get my citizenship, and I feel really proud to stand here in front of all of you and get this wonderful opportunity of becoming a citizen. So thank you.
Voy a hacerlo en español. Me va a ayudar mi hija aquí a traducir. Yo soy de Perú y quiero agradecer primero a Dios por darme la oportunidad de poder realizar esta naturalización, y luego dar gracias a mi padre que está aquí. Gracias a él, que él tiene 50 años de estar aquí en este país. Gracias a mi padre, que vino muy joven a trabajar aquí. Él trabajaba con las ovejas y ha sido duro y difícil para él, y gracias a Dios y a mi padre que pudo él hacerse ciudadano y poder pedirnos a nosotros, a sus hijos, y gracias a él estamos mi familia aquí, mi esposo, mis hijos y todas mis hermanas y mis hermanos. Gracias a mi padre hemos llegado aquí, y yo estoy muy agradecida a este país de los Estados Unidos, que nos abrió las puertas para recibirnos a todos, y gracias a este país que todos mis hijos han podido trabajar y estudiar aquí, y tener esa oportunidad y esa facilidad de poder realizarse en este país. Estoy muy agradecida a los Estados Unidos y a todos que han abierto las puertas de este país y de sus corazones para poder recibirnos a nosotros que inmigramos de nuestros países muchas veces para realizarnos y para ser mejores, y pues gracias a Estados Unidos que nos abrió sus puertas.
That she's very grateful for my grandpa, which is her dad, that came over here to America to bring his family over here. He worked in Peru and brought them over here and working with the sheep. She said that she's very grateful that America opened the doors to him and her siblings, and now my husband and my siblings as well, to be able to be here and become citizens as well, and study and get their diplomas and things like that. And she wants to thank God as well for bringing her family and everyone here to the United States, and she's very blessed to be here. Thank you.
Ali, I am from the Iraq. I come with my family, with my brother he make many things for me and my family when he was working with the U.S. Army, and he gave me this opportunity to come to United States. Thanks for you. Every time you protect me and help me, and God bless everyone.
Thank you. It's a delight to hear from some of you. While I have a minute, I'm going to try something very difficult. And you've got to loosen up for this. About 4 days ago was Flag Day, right? I know that's not a big one with the barbecues and the parades and everything, but it does remind us of way back 1777 when the Second Continental Congress adopted the first American flag. Right. 2 days ago was Father's Day. Right. I'm going to try to combine a flag joke with a dad joke. Right? It's very difficult. You ready? What did one American flag say to the other American flag?
What?
Nothing, it just waved. Okay, one short story here for you. I read this a while ago in the newspaper. There's a former Marine named Don Munch Gardner. He's a trash man, and he spent 8 to 12 hours a day in Huntington, Utah, out collecting trash. One day, he came across an American flag in the trash. He stopped, he saluted it, he carefully folded that flag and took it with him to dispose of it properly. How do we know that? Well, he was caught on a security video, and the woman who put the flag in the trash posted that security video. As she said, "I was a total moron. While the kids went on an Easter egg hunt, I was cleaning our porch. Our flag and pole had broken and ripped, so I tossed them away. Then I saw our trash man stop, get out of the truck, unhook the flag, and fold it. I was very grateful at the time for what he had done and the apparent love he had for our nation and our flag. Sir, thank you for giving me a lesson I will never forget." The newspaper tracked down Munch Gardner and asked him about it. He said, "I took an oath to protect our nation and our flag once, and I still do." Right? I appreciate both those people, right? The lady who owned the mistake she made, publicly owned it and thanked Munch for his work. And what can we learn from Munch, right? We can learn to work hard. We can learn that if we see a problem, we can fix it, try to fix it. We don't need to wait for a government program or somebody else to do it. We can jump in, and we can remember from Munch that we can show gratitude, right? I have a favorite quote from John Adams, our second president. He was talking about the 4th of July, Independence Day. To him, it was the 3rd of July. But what he said is Independence Day will be celebrated for generations with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations. Right? Who knew John Adams was such a party animal, right? But he said also it ought to be commemorated as a day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. And I'd just like to do that today for a moment, just to thank God for, in my life, a couple of generations ago, somebody like you or your parents who made the effort and the sacrifice and the travel and the expenses and the tests and all the things that you've done to make a better life for me. And I believe that there are people that you will never meet who will look back and thank you for what you've done to make their lives better. And I want you to remember that your rights, your liberties, that Constitution that you've sworn an oath to, those rights come from God. People like me are authorized to protect those rights, but we don't grant them. They come from God, and I thank Him for those rights, and I'm grateful for the people who have done that for me. So God bless you. God bless America. Congratulations again.